Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' What's Cracking. It's D. About to react to this lovely TTV vid. So we have a couple more videos regarding this whole trophy wife incident. Apparently, there's a video where the trophy wife ignores her daughter's cries while teaching her audience how to get a high value man. Sure, let's watch.
So it is even more drama going on with this whole trophy wife situation. As you guys know, I found out about it on my live stream. So I went to do some research about it yesterday. It took about 2 hours to just, gather some information, get a backstory on this woman. And then I did my video yesterday. And then I had a few people email me videos of her live stream. And in the background, you can hear her children crying and things going on. But let me say this before we even get into the topic of the video. Please understand that everything is not for everyone. I don't watch every content creator. There are certain genres I am not into, and that is okay. That'd be like me shaming or getting mad at you because you don't know, the backstory to the latest conspiracy YouTuber that I'm a big fan of. That may not be your thing. I'm not a big fan of this whole dating, giving advice, red pill, hypergamy. That's just not my thing.
Same.
I'll casually watch if they come up on my feed on TikTok or if they're viral for some hypocrisy, then I'll go ahead and check them out. But I've never been into these types of channels from
Who's
Kevin
getting mad about
Samuels
that?
to Shara. Again, if they come up on my feed, if they're viral for something, I'll check it out. But you can't be upset because I don't know all the details of this woman, Isis.
Who was
This
mad? People are stupid.
on
Let's watch the
Isis's
video.
channel at the 11-minute mark, where
I've never heard
basically
this one in my
she's
life.
busy trying to tell you all, her fans and her audience, about how to get high value men and stay away from dusties and just all this stuff.
Does she have a section that says vetting men? This woman who didn't vet the predator husband before she moved in with him?
And in the background, there's a lot of disturbing noises. That did not sit well with my spirit at all. It frightened me as I was listening to this background. And you hear the daughter in the background, and she's saying, ow, and stop. And you hear the husband in the background. And then she proceeds to say that the daughter is upstairs with the husband, and she's being kind of loud. So this is on her full live stream. Somebody named Glee Olong, they ended up clipping the video and then also putting captions so you can kind of read what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and play that for you guys right now. I want you guys to go ahead and check this out.
But I definitely understand it being hard because I stayed in situations much longer than I had to because I had children in those situations. So I
think that's interesting too, because on the first video I watched from her, she was talking about how she was previously living with a man who didn't even like kids. So she was in a house with a man that she was in a relationship with, and she was well aware that he did not like her children. So I wonder, is that the situation she's referring to? Imagine staying with a man and living with him and having your kids around him when you know he doesn't like kids.
I understand the struggle with that. Definitely. But there's that saying, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when you'll make a change, and that's very true. So it's just all about whenever you have the courage to do that. So everyone else is noisy in the background. I don't know how much you all can hear, but there's so many of us that it's just like that. So if you hear stuff in the background, just act like you don't.
I showed my babysit
I mean, to be fair, well,
video about dating. If you guys can hear my daughter, she's upstairs with my husband, being cranky. So I just don't know how he was able to get away with it and so sneaky. Because with my own trauma, I watch my kids like a hawk.
okay, apparently you didn't, girl, not like a hawk. But that I'll kind of give her a pass because children are loud. They make noise. And she's saying, ow, that could have been for anything. He could have been combing her hair or something. Who knows? So I don't think that's fair to blame her in that particular situation. When she, is sitting there doing her makeup, she's probably assuming that the daughter is just being a child and not liking something.
Oh. If you hear my kids in the background, they're with daddy.
You can easily click off if you don't agree. And to be honest, I really don't care who doesn't agree, because at the end of the day, I really don't have to be doing this. I don't have to work. I'm still, whether you like me or not, I'm still going to be rocking Shanell and driving a Porsche. So, you're was that earlier today or yesterday?
That didn't age well.
Like, oh, I could never date an older man. I can never date a man that doesn't have any swag. Why are you here? Why are you here? You are not ready. You are not going to get this lifestyle because you don't deserve it.
Oh.
So, as we know, most men don't prefer to date women that have already had children with somebody else. But if a man sees a woman who is a single mom being such a great mom, then it'll make him a lot more likely to reconsider dating someone with children. It's actually super sexy to see a woman mothering her children well and creating a beautiful...
Girl, bye. You weren't showing yourself to be this great mom when you moved from the man house who didn't even like kids straight into this man's house. From the other video that I watched, she specifically said that her and her boyfriend broke up, the dude who didn't like kids, and then she started talking to the predator nigga and immediately told him, like, I need somewhere to stay. Like, I just broke up with my boyfriend, I need somewhere to stay. And then immediately moved in with him. That's you being a good mom and being protective of your children. It's not. And I'm not trying to come after this woman. It sucks what happened to her kids. But yeah, let's be clear. Her kids are the victims. I would not say that she's necessarily a victim. I feel like she made a lot of bad decisions. And obviously, I do still feel bad for her to a certain extent. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. But hearing how she used to talk and the shit she used to say, it's like, girl. And the fact that she had the audacity to be up here trying to teach other young women how to get the same lifestyle that she has when your shit was in shambles, it's just so dangerous. This is just such a dangerous thing to do. Like, I don't respect this at all. I think this is really fucked up. When you hurry up and moved in with a high value man who had all this money to take care of you, and look what ended up happening. You didn't vet him. You had a whole section of your video talking about vetting the right man. You didn't even vet him. So I just hate these people who get online and try to teach other people. It's the blind leading the fucking blind.
Family environment. Don't get caught looking dry, okay? Because if I catch you looking dry, -5 points. No, minus 20 points if you're looking ashy. You don't deserve to be a trophy if you're looking ashy, okay? Men pay attention to these things. Another thing I noticed, women, if you have arm hair, look at your arms right now. If there's hair on your arms,
Girl,
shave it off.
I ain't shaving shit.
Go upstairs.
I've never had a guy who cared about that. And I remember I used to shave my arms when I was like in high school. I was shaving my arms probably into like my early 20s. But I was like, what is the point in this? And when the hair grows back, it gets prickly. It just looks stupid. It feels stupid. I'm like, what's the point? And the hair is so fine. I'm like, it doesn't even matter. And I've never in my life had a guy point that out or make a note of it or complain. Nobody cares. If you were a man who care about that, he's probably one of these that she ended up with.
And shave it off.
This is the problem I have. This horrible advice these women are giving.
Because that's looking real masculine. It's looking real crazy. Shave that arm hair off, please.
This
right,
is
so you guys just saw
embarrassing.
both of those disturbing videos. And this entire situation is not sitting well with my spirit.
I don't know if he was...
The fact that she says the daughter's with the husband,
That's
you can hear
kind
the
of
daughter
rich.
screaming
Who's
and
this white
saying,
man?
ow.
White lady?
Don't prefer
What's happening?
to date women that have already had children with somebody else. But if a
Unless they want your
man
children.
sees a woman who is a single mom being...
We already saw this.
It's not good advice.
Exactly.
Most men do not prefer to date single mothers because, again, you have to have a man who is mature enough to understand that these are not his children. Children are not perfect. And are you able to handle the role as a stepfather? Are you able to mentally and emotionally handle when those kids say, "You're not my dad," or when they're, acting up and acting out and things like that? So for her to say that, men will see this as sexy, understand that a lot of men who run towards single mothers, not all, but some do because they know it's easier to have access to those children to potentially abuse because they know the single mother is overwhelmed. She has a lot going on. She's busy with work and trying to juggle a family. So she's going to see this man as her Prince Charming, her rescuer, somebody that she can lay her burdens on. So this is not good advice because a lot of predators go after single mothers because they know it's easy access to the children. So you have to watch who you're getting advice from and what they're saying. And again, this is not all men, right? Because there are some wonderful stepfathers out there who treat children like their own, who would never think to harm a child. But again, PDF files smell and know desperation when they see it. Mm-hmm. That is why when I was raising my sons, for a majority of their life, I was single. I think I was only in like one or two relationships after my divorce. Just because I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust people around my children. I did not feel comfortable dating until they got older, until they could speak and let me know any and everything. So a lot of these men love women who are desperate, who are looking for a come up. So he saw her desperation. Remember, he asked her on the first date to be his girlfriend. She moved in with him as soon as she broke up with her ex. And a lot of times predators...
And I said that too. Asking somebody to be your girlfriend on the first date, that's a huge red flag.
...abuse children in plain sight. Remember Jimmy Savile in London? Remember when he died, all of the abuse claims came out. He was literally fondling, sexually assailing people right there on television.
That is supposed to be me.
Oh, this is the white man.
What did I ever do to you?
Wait, bone chilling moment, PDF file, Jimmy, so I don't know who that is, interviews hospitalized child whom he had raped and abused.
That you would draw that picture of me?
Everything.
Super times for all. No danger about it. In fact, let me tell you, if you don't work in a hospital, you really are missing...
Wait. I don't know who this is.
Something. In fact, you're missing everything.
Right in the public eye. Even with the Menendez brothers, there's a picture that has gone viral on social media of, I don't know which brother. I'm researching. I'm not seeing an arrest. I'm not seeing where this man is in jail.
Oh.
All I'm seeing is her talking about her
asking for money
and clapping back to people on social media. Let me go ahead and read this for you guys. So in this post, she says, "I'm so tired of misinformation. My daughters are his biological children. This could happen to anyone. Also, I knew that..."
I don't like this statement right here. It's obvious. Obviously, this could happen to anyone. But stating that sounds like you're trying to remove the responsibility that you should be taking in this situation. You basically provided these children to this PDF file. Like, you had children with someone who you admitted raped you in the first few months of y'all marriage. Like, he showed you that he was a horrible person, and you decided to have children with him and have a life with him. And if he did that in the first few months, I can only imagine what else he did to you that you didn't mention. So to be like, oh, this could just happen to anybody. It just happened. No, it didn't just happen. You ignored so many signs. And this is not about blaming a victim. This is about calling out behaviors that could lead to heinous acts that led to what happened to her daughters. And this could be a teaching moment for other young girls out there, especially people who are watching these relationship experts online and taking advice from them. So this is why we need to call these things out and saying, oh, this could happen to anybody. You not taking accountability for this situation. You allowed this to happen by ignoring so many red flags and putting your children in danger. You moved in with this man immediately. You did not vet him at all. He showed you he was a monster when you first met him, and you stayed with him and had kids with him, multiple. What are we talking about?
This man for 6 months, period, before I became his wife. Yes, I ran a background check. I'm not stupid enough to date online without one.
Girl, you are very stupid. Shut up. I'm tired of this woman. I no longer feel sorry for her. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for these children. They are the victims. But her, I don't like her. And all of this now is becoming a lot. It sounds like you chasing clout at this point. Because now you putting a lot of information online. You got a lot to say. Now you trying to ask for money. You got to GoFundMe. Now it's feeling weird. I don't like it now. Now I feel like you want some bullshit 1,000%.
He has had no prior charges.
And you be like, oh, I knew him for 6 months before I became his wife. But you admitted that you moved in with him immediately. And then he raped you within the first few months of knowing him. So why are you trying to make it seem like, oh, I vetted him? No, you didn't.
Other than some speeding tickets, I saw every speeding he ever had before. I agreed to go on the first date. My dating profile said I had no children. I never married for money. I married because he pretended to have all the same values as me. I married to build a family on a solid foundation.
He showed you he didn't have the same values as you when he raped you.
But yes, I'll take the blame. There's also another content creator whom has 2 daughters by her husband, their biological father. Would she also be a dumb pygmisha? So that was one of her responses.
My first ring was 10 grand, so it wasn't a super expensive ring. And the ring I have now is 20 grand. But I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to upgrade. When I met him, but the first car he bought me was my Porsche. That was our first Christmas together. And before that, he already had a Range Rover, so that's what I drove when we first got married. So I just drove the Range Rover, and then I picked up my own car. What do you think is a good? And since then, I have quite a few cars. It's easier to get my husband to buy me a car than to buy me a handbag. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I drive all the foreigns. The foreigns are for me. Our family vehicle, it's like a big body Mercedes. That's the one that we typically drive if it's like all of us, because it's a 7-seater. He will drive that when we go out as a family. But if he's by himself, he's just going to drive the truck, and I'll drive whatever car I'm in the mood to drive. But to be honest, I'll typically just drive the Mercedes because that's just the car I'm used to driving. And it's
how's this relevant?
So
other than you trying to flex on your audience.
Like get too low. The Porsche is very low.
She's
so
a bum, bro.
Never drive Porsche in the wintertime because it's just too much. And he bought me an X5 for what birthday was that? My 26th birthday. I got an X5. I don't really drive that one as much since he bought me the Mercedes. So that one kind of just sits.
I'm still, whether you like me or not, I'm still going to be rocking Shanell and driving a Porsche. So
not no more, girl. You ask for money on GoFundMe. This is why you need to humble yourself.
Saying,
I'm tired
of her. Thank you for your empathy. This man has done everything to break me, drain the accounts, cut off my cards, cut off the internet in the house, turned off my phone, had the family vehicle stolen. I've had to apply for food stamps. My children are struggling. I hate to even feel the need to justify needing help.
This is why you should not flex on your audience. This is why you should not have this self-righteous attitude. Like, oh, whether y'all like me or not, I'm still going to have Shanell. I'm still going to be driving a Porsche. What about it? I'm rich. I'm with my rich man. Y'all ain't got nothing. I'm trying to teach you bumholes something. That's the attitude she had. And now look at you. Life will humble you. The universe will humble you. Look at your situation now. And now you're on food stamps. I feel for these children. Sad that they're in this situation, and also sad that you even putting all this online. Like, yeah, when they get older, they gotta see that this has been exploited online, their trauma. So why would you even bring, bro?
5 children after a situation such as this. People are people. Now I'm confused. I thought she had 4. I thought it was 2 boys by somebody else and then the 2 girls. So where did this 5th child come from? Unless she's pregnant again. This was about 6 hours ago. Okay, so he's drained the accounts. He's cut off the credit cards. There's no internet in the house. Where's the police report? And where's the evidence of this man being in jail? She's had to apply for food stamps. Where is the police report showing that this man essayed your daughter and there's some type of investigation? I am more concerned with that.
So there's another video. We're going to react to that because the girl has receipts of some sort. So we'll watch that. But I'm tired of her already. I'm not going to hold you. I know I said I feel bad for her. But after more information is coming out, is now starting to look a little funny. I don't trust her. I feel bad for these children. They are the true victims in this situation. But her, she on some bullshit. Don't like her. I feel like she's trifling. Don't even know if I can believe everything she's saying at this point. Also, I'm not saying this didn't happen, but I just don't trust this woman. I just don't. But we're going to see the other videos, see what other receipts that she has to offer, and go from there. But yeah, this is a hot mess. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you've been watching. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye!